Here's what's coming up in today's Frontline compilation. A lone Russian darts around a tree as a Ukrainian Signum battalion drone shadows him at low height. Branches crowd the frame and the pilot hesitates, then the man bolts from cover. What happens next is seconds away. Drone footage shows Russian infantry crossing open ground as K2 regiment drones converge. One man lifts his rifle toward the lens, others dive for trees, and figures sprint for the forest. The camera stays on them as the swarm closes. Under incoming shell bursts, a French-Canadian volunteer sits with a bleeding leg while an American teammate reaches for a tourniquet. Their hands move fast, blades tucked away from the strap. What follows shows battlefield first aid under pressure. A reconnaissance drone hovers as a carrier tilts and releases burning thermite. Sparks scatter across scrub and earthworks. Lines of fire spreading in a lattice while the camera holds steady, the frame waiting for what the flames will reveal next. This is real footage, no effects, just raw moments from the battlefield. Subscribe to stay updated on every Frontline report and stick around to see it all unfold. Let's get into it. A Ukrainian FPV drone spots a Russian soldier hiding. Instead of retreating further into cover, he steps out, bracing for the drone in a desperate move. He lunges to grab it, but the loitering munition detonates mid-air. The footage cuts before showing the aftermath, but it's clear he likely suffered life-threatening injuries, caught in the deadly strike. Drone footage begins with a strike on a Russian soldier riding a motorcycle. The drone then moves into a dense forest, dropping onto a soldier hidden among the trees, engulfing him in flames. Subsequent clips show attacks on more motorcycles, vehicles, and groups of Russian troops, leaving burned and incapacitated soldiers in its wake. Recorded by the 93rd Mechanized Brigade near Kostiantynivka, Donetsk. The footage demonstrates both offensive and defensive drone operations. It ends with the remnants of the enemy lie scattered, vehicles engulfed in flames, and twisted wrecks smoking. Footage captures a Russian soldier, who also maintains a social media presence, stepping on an anti-personnel landmine while filming. The explosion immediately incapacitates him, and his comrade rushes in to apply a tourniquet, highlighting the severity of the injuries. The camera briefly pans to reveal significant bleeding and a portion of his foot severed from the body. Cell phone footage circulated by pro-Russian channels shows Ukrainian prisoners near Kharkiv, their faces covered as they are escorted from a frontline outpost towards a makeshift holding site. Observers condemned the treatment as unlawful, calling for accountability. The camera captures a tense moment when a Russian guard strikes one prisoner in the stomach, sending him sprawling to the ground, writhing and groaning in pain. One of them struggles, barely able to stand without support, showing the extent of his injuries, while the others freeze in fear. Drone footage from Ukraine captures a tense moment as two Russian soldiers inspect a suspicious object in their trench. According to Ukrainian sources, the device was an IED dropped by a drone. One soldier, curious and cautious, prods the device, only for it to detonate in his face, leaving him gravely injured. His companion narrowly avoids harm and quickly retreats to get help. GoPro footage released by a recently KIA Ukrainian sniper with a special operations unit shows a series of operations against Russian positions along an unconfirmed portion of the Ukrainian front lines. The video begins deep in the forest, where two snipers set up their position before eliminating several unsuspecting Russian soldiers with precise, calculated shots. The team later relocates using their vehicle, continuing their hunt across shifting terrain, moving through rugged ground as they scout new Russian positions. The final moments show them advancing deeper into contested ground, leading a captured Russian soldier through a landscape scattered with wreckage and fallen men. Each step forward cuts through the heavy silence that follows battle, a grim reminder of how quickly the roles of hunter and hunted can change on the front lines. Ukrainian drone footage shows a Russian soldier already crouched in an anti-tank ditch, desperately trying to shield himself. Another soldier rushes in and attempts to fire at the kamikaze drone, but he is struck and explodes mid-action, his equipment flying into the sky, filling the ditch with smoke and debris. One soldier catches fire in his leg and falls dead, while the other gasps his last breaths. Scattered next to the bodies is a bundle of paper currency, fluttering hauntingly in the breeze. Brutal drone footage from the Birds of Magyar shows a Russian soldier caught in the open by an explosive FPV drone. The soldier was carrying a water jug filled with fuel, and the resulting explosion engulfs the surrounding area in flames. Nearby trees catch fire, flames shoot high into the sky, smoke billows and fills the air. The area is left burning and charred, showing the terrifying impact of the drone strike. During an intense Russian shelling, a French-Canadian volunteer in Ukraine is hit by shrapnel in his left leg amid the chaos of battle. While the wound itself isn't visible, blood flows freely. His squad mate immediately jumps into action, securing a tourniquet as the injured soldier struggles with pain and panic. Blood covers the helper's hands, and the Canadian carefully keeps his knife away, maintaining focus and using precise movements to stabilize himself and survive the critical moment. Footage from a Ukrainian observation drone captures Russian infantry storming a house in Vovchansk during the Kharkiv offensive. As they enter, Ukrainian troops ambush them, taking down several within moments. The scene turns chaotic as others rush to pull their wounded to safety. Another drone swoops in and drops an explosive, injuring a soldier before his comrades drag him away. Ghastly footage captures a Russian soldier caught in the open by a Ukrainian loitering munition. Clutching 2 jugs of highly flammable fuel, the drone detonates, causing a massive explosion that rips through the area, the smoke spiraling into the sky, illustrating the brutal and merciless nature of the strike. His body is immediately engulfed in flames from the remaining fuel, fire roaring around him. Drone footage from the Signum Battalion captures a tense pursuit as a lone Russian soldier is hunted through the woods. The soldier darts between trees, diving behind a trunk in a desperate attempt to hide. The drone hovers overhead, circling like a predator, waiting for the perfect moment. In a panic, the soldier abandons his cover and sprints into the open, sealing his fate. Within seconds, the FPV drone dives in and strikes. The drone's lens lingers on the motionless form below, confirming the strike's grim finality. Footage begins with 2 Russian soldiers moving across open terrain before a drone-dropped munition strikes them. A soldier collapses near a thicket as the explosive hits him directly. In a separate moment, another soldier suffers severe injuries from a different blast. The Ukrainian 4th Mechanized Brigade's drone operations continue, systematically targeting Russian troops with deadly precision. The pilot's skill and improved munitions ensure even moving targets are neutralized effectively. The sequence ends with a wooden roof structure being struck, sending splinters and particles scattering through the air. Ghastly drone footage captures a Russian soldier pinned in a narrow trench, lying supine and motionless. A Ukrainian drone drops an F1 hand grenade directly onto his face. He half-heartedly tries to throw it away, but only manages to drop it behind his head. The grenade explodes, sending his helmet spinning into the air with gruesome effect, marking the deadly outcome of the strike. GoPro footage from a Ukrainian soldier of the Carpathian Sich 49th Infantry Battalion shows him reacting moments after coming under fire from the opposite tree line. He steadies his aim and fires short, precise bursts into the forest, moving quickly between cover as echoes of gunfire ripple through the woods. The clip captures the tense seconds of a soldier fighting back against an unseen threat. Footage from the Ukrainian 59th Brigade, likely in Donetsk, captures an FPV drone strike with terrifying precision. 2 Russian soldiers move cautiously when a kamikaze drone attacks from behind. One is hit directly, his body torn apart, sending a limb flying, while the other is thrown off balance. Nearby soldiers and commanders quietly talk about the tragic loss and the horror of the strike. The clip ends on the soldier taking his final breaths, showing the brutal effectiveness of drone warfare. Ukrainian Signum recon team footage captures a lone Russian soldier moving through open terrain, wounded and awkwardly clutching a loose S-Mark tourniquet in one hand. As an FPV drone closes in, he tries to swat it away with the tourniquet. his movements sluggish and resigned. The drone explodes moments later, highlighting his isolation and vulnerability, turning his futile gestures into a stark testament of grim resolve. During a fierce firefight, a Ukrainian soldier is injured in the neck and quickly moved to a nearby volunteer medical unit. The footage shows the medic skillfully packing gauze into the wound, stabilizing him under tense battlefield conditions. The video highlights the rapid response and bravery of frontline medics working to save lives amid chaos. Their quick actions provide a glimpse into how critical care is delivered even in the heat of combat. Drone footage from Ukrainian forces captures a wounded Russian soldier struggling to crawl along a 3-strand concertina wire perimeter. Modified grenades are dropped precisely onto his position, further injuring him and tossing him violently into the barbed wire. Smoke rises and swirls around the chaotic scene, shrouding the soldier in a grim haze as the attack unfolds. Drone footage captures Russian infantry advancing across open terrain, fully exposed. K2 regiment drones swarm in. One soldier tries to shoot at a drone but fails. He is instantly killed and others are wounded. 2 more take cover in the shade, thinking they have escaped, but the drones strike them as well. Several others flee into the forest, hoping for cover, but the drones continue to shadow them. Each soldier is singled out and struck with precise lethal accuracy, leaving no chance for escape. The footage highlights the terrifying accuracy and reach of drone warfare, showing no one can hide. The footage begins with a precise attack on Russian equipment, which bursts into flames almost instantly. Soldiers are struck by kamikaze drones, some killed outright, while others fall wounded amidst the chaos. The following clips show relentless strikes on vehicles, trenches and bunkers, leaving numerous Russian troops dead or severely injured. Ukrainian Special Operations Forces released this intense compilation, showcasing their devastating effectiveness. Though the date and exact location are unclear, the tactics of loitering munitions and drone-dropped explosives are evident. The video closes with Russian forces engulfed in flames, marking a scene of complete destruction. Reconnaissance drone footage released by Ukrainian forces shows a Dragon drone soaring overhead, releasing a cascade of thermite onto entrenched Russian positions. The incendiary compound, known for burning at over 2000 degrees Celsius, melts through metal and ignites anything it touches. In warfare, thermite is often used to destroy fortifications, vehicles, and ammunition, leaving behind an inferno that's nearly impossible to extinguish. As the footage unfolds, streaks of molten fire rain down across the area, setting off secondary blazes that consume trenches and nearby equipment. According to sources, many soldiers were severely injured, and several lost their lives to the extreme burns caused by the thermite strike. The aftermath leaves nothing but scorched earth and twisted remnants of the once fortified position. Prior to the strike, a Russian soldier lies on the ground, clearly wounded from a previous drone attack. His comrade tries to lift him, but he's too injured and refuses help. Sensing incoming drones, the partner retreats toward a bunker for cover, only to witness the device strike it. The drone then returns to the exposed soldier, releasing a grenade onto him. The blast inflicts severe, life-threatening injuries, his legs severely injured, blood all over, as he yearns and struggles in agony for minutes without aid. The grim incident took place on the Robotyne front in southern Zaporizhzhia. That's today's raw footage, no effects and no embellishments. If you want more frontline reporting like this, subscribe and share so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching and stay safe.